Hello, hello. We're trying again. I apologize, you guys. I'm not sure what's going on with my audio, but I'm going to give it a moment for you guys to jump on to this stream here from the other link. Give it just a minute. If you're just tuning into this here, we were having audio issues on the other stream, so I had to end it and start a new stream. Unfortunately, the links are different because that's just the way it is. But here we are. All right. I see some of you jumping over now. How does it sound now? Is it better? Is it the same? Is it worse? You let me know. Are we sounding good? Are we sounding bad? Are we? Awesome. Thank you, Dodgson. Thank you. Yep, systems back online indeed. All right. I apologize, you guys. I have no idea why it was weird. I have no idea. I just reset everything really quick, and good. I'm glad. I don't know. Yeah, that was a new one. I've never had that issue before. I've had problems with, occasionally there's a lag here and there, but I've never had like that kind of thing because I listened to it on YouTube on my phone, and yeah, it was definitely, it sounded weird. It sounded like AI. It sounded like a robot. But yeah, so anyway, I'm glad you found the link and you're back in here. Thank you for joining. Sorry again about that, and hopefully from here on out, no more issues tonight. Well, let's go ahead and start over, why don't we? Happy Friday, happy weekend, happy middle of July practically. What the heck? This month is going by so fast. Like summer is going by so fast. I can't think of a summer that's ever gone by so fast. Like what the heck? Why is it going by so fast? Anyway, good to see you guys again. So again, we're restarting. Pretend this is brand new. Dodgson, hold on to your butts. Thank you for being here. Mary, thank you for joining us. LBT, how's it going? Jason, thank you for coming back in here. Dave, thanks for coming back in here. Awesome. Simpsons Man 120, thanks for joining us, and thank you for confirming that the audio is better. Pico B1, thank you. Welcome. All right, well, good to see you guys. A little crowd forming. I don't think everybody's made it from that last stream to this one. It doesn't look like, but hopefully eventually things get sorted out. Okay. That's a good point, Dave. Once the 4th happens, summer is basically over. That's kind of true. Like I love like the month of June. Like for me, like Memorial Day to like July 4th, like I love that month. Like it's not super hot yet in my area. It's nice. And you're fresh off on break. You have, movies hitting the theater. You get that sense of relief, like me, like you're a teacher, you get that sense of relief. You just get home and, you have that time off, you take a vacation, whatever you do. But I love the month of June. And then, after July 4th, it's like, it starts getting really hot. You got to start thinking about going back to work. Yeah, reality kind of settles in that, summer is just temporary, as it is always every year. But I'm glad we have summer, right? I mean, at least we have summer. Fetmatic, how's it going? Yeah, I'll bet. Here in SoCal, we have a heat wave, but it's not a heat wave like you would have in Texas or Arizona or Florida. It's been like in the low 80s, low to mid 80s. It depends on where you're at. Like I'm kind of close to the coast, to the ocean, so it's not so bad. It's nice. Even when it's warm, it doesn't get like super, super hot. But if you just go a few miles inland, then, the temperature goes up by 10 degrees. You go 10 miles inland, temperature is like 20 degrees higher. So it just really depends. But, yeah. But again, like I said, it's a good thing we have summer, because what would life be like without summer? Okay, so we want to talk about this, huh? What's the word with the panels at SDCC with the winter writers and actors strike? Okay. I know it is affecting Comic-Con. I know that a number of people, performers, entertainers, are not going to Comic-Con. I know that several studios are not going to be at Comic-Con. So yeah, it is gonna. If you're going to Comic-Con for the panels, you're going for like the celebrity interactions. You're going to see promotion of upcoming projects. You're not really going to get that, unfortunately, because of these strikes. Regardless of what field you work in, if you feel that you're not, being treated fairly, if you feel that, you're being undercut, or, you have that right to speak up and to stand up for what you think, is fair. So, I no judgment on my part, to anybody that's striking. I mean, it is what it is, right? People need to be able to exist. Think about us as collectors. We want to buy this, we want to buy that, we want to buy this, we want to go to this convention, do that. I mean, those prices are going up for all of that stuff. But most people's wages and incomes have not risen with inflation. They've not risen with these cost increases we've been seeing from all these companies for, a few years now. So, people got to do what people got to do. It is what it is. So, I'm still going to enjoy Comic-Con. I'm going to enjoy being there, being in that environment with a bunch of other nerds. And I'm going to enjoy interacting with the toy companies. The toy companies will be there. Don't worry, they will be there. All right. You're not going to have the design team from Mattel or from NECA or whatever not being there because of these strikes. Doesn't affect the toys. I go to Comic-Con for the toys more than anything else, as do a lot of you guys that I know and have talked to at these conventions. So the toys are still going to be there. There's going to be toy companies. There's going to be announcements. You're just not going to have the celebrity component. You're not going to have the studios promoting the next Marvel film or the next, DC film or the next Star Wars show, or whatever it may be. It is what it is. Like I said, people have the right to advocate for what they feel is they deserve and for what they feel is right. I'm not in that position, so I can't really speak on, against it because I'm not in that position. So, but if you're not being treated fairly in your own view, then, you have the right to speak up. But yeah, I will be there. I will be looking for toys. I will be talking toys with many of you who are there. I will be engaging with toy companies. I will be asking them questions. And do we have some questions to ask some of these companies? Do we have some questions to ask these companies? Yeah, definitely Peak Obi-Wan. We are all there for the toys. Take care of John Miko first. Don't worry. We'll take care of John Miko. He'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about John Miko. Yeah, so I've gone quite a few things in this week. Don't tell anybody. I've gone quite a few things in this week, and we're going to talk about that in a bit. I don't want to just bombard you with everything that I've gotten. So we're going to do it piecemeal style, where I show you one thing here and there. And actually, I left something on the shelf. Darn it. All right, let me start with that. I got some Black Series this week. I got the 4th Sister Inquisitor. And she looks great. I mean, one thing I've noticed with Black Series, and, it'd be best if I didn't leave it on the shelf and I had it here in hand, is that the plastic on some of these newer figures is like super lightweight. Like, it doesn't feel sturdy. Like, the legs almost feel kind of hollow. I will concede that the plastic is not bendy, which I appreciate Hasbro doing, because for years on Marvel Legends, on Black Series, The plastics they were using were really bendy, gross plastic that made it very hard to stand the figures. They had those ratcheted joints that made it really hard to like dial in a pose. These newer Black Series figures are not, they feel really lightweight, but they don't have the gummy issue. So I will take the lightweight plastic versus the bendy, gross plastic, let's call it. Because the bendy, gross plastic is annoying. And the legs warp. Think back to that Stormtrooper from the Black Series that came out in 2013. The legs were on any of those really, but mostly that Stormtrooper were prone to like going like that or like that. And just the joints being ratcheted. Like, so they're not smooth, right? They're not smooth hinges. They're like 1, 2, 3. And again, unfortunately, I don't have you know what? I do have a figure. It's not the one I was talking about, but like these newer ones have like a smooth, joint. You can just like bend it to wherever you want, right? It complies with whatever position you put it in. The older ones, they have a ratchet. So what they do is they like, it's more like 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. And it's harder to do that with figures. I don't like that. With certain figures, it makes sense. If you're dealing with like a 6 scale figure, then, it makes sense. But like these latest Black Series don't really seem to have that issue. And again, I got the Four Sister Inquisitor. Great looking figure. And I'm glad that we finally have all the Black Series Inquisitors. I'm picking and choosing with Black Series. I'm not buying them all anymore. But I wanted all the Inquisitors because, I like Jedi, I like Sith figures. So I got her. I also got, what's her name? That's the thing with how these new shows, I don't remember the names. Well, luckily I have a picture here from Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know one of you guys is going to get it before I do. What's her name? Imperial Officer. Tala. I got Tala this week. Tala's on the shelf because once again, I was in a hurry and I didn't grab her off the shelf. Tala, right here. It's a picture of the figure that I took. Anyway, Tala is really good, but her face is really waxy, like really shiny. It looks like she's just like sweating, but the figure looks good. The figure looks better than the prototype. The prototype didn't look very good. And you may remember a year ago, last summer, I was one of the outlets that announced the Tala figure in partnership with Hasbro. And Indira Varma, who plays Tala, caught wind of the tweet somehow, and she said that the figure looked terrible. So I had to tell her that, it was a prototype and that the final figure was going to look better. But yeah, this was a year ago. So it was just funny remembering back to it. I went on Twitter to see if I could find the tweet, but I think she deleted her Twitter account because she's not there anymore. So I couldn't find her tweet anymore. But yeah, it was just funny. Yeah. Anyway, the figure looks great. It's just too much shiny. I don't know why this is still an issue because I feel like Black Series for a while like fixed the issue. They sort of got to a point where the shininess was like dialed down quite a bit. Like if you look at Cal, like Cal doesn't have a shiny face. He looks good. But if you look at Tala's face is just like she was just running a marathon or something. Like she was running a marathon or something. Anyway, I got those two in. I think that's all I got for Black Series. While we're talking about Black Series, you guys want to talk about latest pre-orders? No? Okay. We'll do it anyway. All right. I'm going to share my screen right here. Check it. All right. Commander Appo and Darth Vader. All right. So these are two other figures that I partnered with Hasbro in announcing a few weeks back. And they went up for pre-order this morning. They went up for pre-order this morning. If you live on the West Coast, the best coast, then you know that you had to get up at 6 in the morning to order them. I didn't plan to get up at 6 in the morning. I just happened to be up, and I went ahead and ordered both. Obviously, you know, this Darth Vader, I'm kind of burnt out on the sculpt, honestly. We've had this sculpt for years now, and it's all right. It was great in 2017 when it first came out, but like they've repurposed it so many times now that it's like it's at that point where it just needs a new sculpt. Anyway, these two went up for pre-order. The Vader went up, Commander Appo went up, and I went ahead and ordered them because I happened to be up at 6 in the morning. Hasbro, why is it 6 in the morning? That's too early. Pre-order sold out on both of them. I don't know how long it took, but pre-orders sold out on both of them. Hey, Adam, how's it going? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so the Vader is, and the Appo, you know, they're nice. It's kind of weird that these are exclusives. Like, I feel like these would do better in the main line. Commander Appo is the new clone sculpt, the newer one that came out a few years back. And, you know, it's a nice sculpt, but it's not perfect. The biggest issue I have is if you look at the lower legs, they kind of like flare out a little bit, like towards the bottom of his calves. And it's kind of a weird thing. I don't really understand why it is. But it's kind of a weird thing. So it looks great. And, you know, I know some people were saying, you know, this isn't Appo, because Appo, you know, has a little, like a white arrow on his visor. He does in the Clone Wars. He does in Revenge of the Sith. He just looks like a regular 501st. In fact, he probably wasn't even Commander Appo in Revenge of the Sith. He was just a clone. And then later he became Appo. If you remember the book by, I forget who wrote it, Dark Lord, the Rise of Darth Vader, which is an excellent book. Is it Matthew Stover? I forget who wrote it. No, I think it's James Luceno who wrote that one. Appo is a main clone in that book, and it's a great book. If you haven't read it, I know it's like Legends, but it's a great book. So that's why he doesn't have the arrow. And then the Vader is basically just like I was saying. It's the same body that we've had for years. It's in retooled with a brand new helmet. Okay, so now you get the Anakin Skywalker helmet underneath, and I think it looks great. This is, I mean, if the final product looks anywhere near as good as what I'm seeing right here, then it's going to be an awesome figure. It's going to be an awesome figure. The sculpt, again, the body, a little outdated. We could do with the new Vader. Not that there's really anything like terribly wrong with this one. We could do with the new Vader, though. It looks good. It looks good. So both of these went off of pre-order because they sold out, I guess. They pre-sold out. And yeah, I think Monday, let's jump over to Yak Face. I think it's Monday that the other two go up. So there was also announced fairly recently a couple other dudes. So Qui-Gon in his spirit form is coming. He goes up next Monday. This is going to be a Walmart exclusive. Okay. So you just got that Force Ghost Spirit pack that has Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. You're going to want to get this Qui-Gon too. Okay, this is Qui-Gon as he appears in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if it's a perfect execution, but at least they matched it to the four spirits with the other three. It looks just like the other three, which is kind of cool. You can put them on the shelf. And then there's also going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi from the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So he's wearing this more this really cool outfit. I really liked this outfit. We didn't really see a whole lot of it except for that very last episode, I believe, of the series. What's cool is he comes with the T-16 Skyhopper. He comes with the lightsaber. And, it's a good fit with Qui-Gon because that's the scene they have together. It's also interesting. I didn't even notice this when I watched the series, is that if you look at his hands, both of his hands have like gloves, like fingerless gloves on them. So that's kind of cool. I didn't notice that. That's another figure I got. Whatever the latest came in this week, whatever the latest Obi-Wan is from the Obi-Wan series, I got that too. It's the one where he fights. I think it's the outfit he fights Vader in, is what it is. So yeah, this looks cool. I'm pretty excited about this. I mean, not super excited, but I'm glad that it's coming, nonetheless. Yeah, so that's about it for Black Series. And those are the acquisitions I got this week. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the latest Wondering, whatever it is, I forget what the subtitle is on the figure. Subtitle. The Fourth Sister Inquisitor, and Tala. So Obi-Wan Kenobi figures, like the series was a year ago, but we're getting all these figures a year later, and then more of them announced. So it's interesting that they're continuing the momentum. And I kind of like that, honestly, because we're talking about main legacy characters from Star Wars that feature prominently in the original trilogy, in the prequel trilogy, in the Clone Wars. And the fact that they're focusing on those areas rather than like Andor or, I don't want to say Solo, but like some of the other shows, which, not that I don't love those shows. I do. It's just, it's hard when they jump around from different series and they jump around from different things. I'd rather them kind of try and finish like something, because then you can actually build a diorama. You can put them on the shelf together. And it's hard to do that when they're bouncing back and forth from all these different, we're blessed to have all these different series and Star Wars content. But if you're a figure collector, you want them to focus on building something out, building out the world, and if they're jumping around from different things, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. So I appreciate that they're really like dedicating themselves to Kenobi. I don't know why, but it's cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. I did like the series. I know it wasn't perfect, but it was nice. It was enjoyable. I thought it was entertaining. Before I show you the next thing, I want to see what you guys are talking about here in the comments. So what else you got? What else you got for me? Is that a McFarlane toy I see? Yeah, believe it or not, Jason, it is. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Jaws at Tashi, how's it going? Got a few bent increasings from Walmart this week. Didn't we all? Well, we're definitely going to talk about that. Stay tuned. We're definitely going to talk about that. Ugh, so mad about that. So Fetmatic says that they got the SA Figure Arts Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan from his show. Very nice. Very nice. I haven't really been keeping up with the Figure Arts a whole lot. I still pre-order some of them, but I was really into them like 6 years ago when it was like a big thing. I mean, not that it's not a big thing still, it's just that Hasbro basically caught up with them. I must admit, the recent Mattel SDCC announcement has got to be one of the best SDCC figures that Mattel's made. We will talk about that too, Dodgson, in just a little bit when we switch focuses here. Jason says that he got the Figure Arts Carnage, Mothra 86 Sledge, and a couple of Steel Sentries from NECA's Gargoyles. Got to hold off on some stuff for a while. Jason, I owe you a package. I promise you I'm going to get it out next week. I promise you I'm going to get it out next week. Tala uses serums and moisturizers to counteract the effects of harsh Imperial lighting. Yeah, could very well be. Could very well be. We should look into that. I got a Grail on Monday, says Peak Obi-Wan. Return of the Jedi vinyl collector case from '84. Can't wait to get it. Very nice. Congratulations, Peak Obi-Wan. That is a good acquisition. That is a good acquisition. Anytime you get one of those Grail pieces that you've been after for a long time and you finally have it in your collection, it's yours. You can look, put it on the shelf, appreciate it. That's an accomplishment, and I know it feels great. I missed out on Apo. Vader from the show is better. The Figure Arts. Have I seen it? I don't remember if I've seen it, Vetmatic. I need to double check. I believe I may have missed it, or maybe I did. There's just so much stuff being made by these companies these days that it's hard to keep up. It really is. Justin, I love that the Black Series clones have a neck. Feel the 3.75 is always missing, though, enough between their head and chest. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Like the super articulated clone, the new one, kind of has that a little bit. Everyone was wearing fingerless gloves. Were they? I didn't notice that. Maybe I need to pay more attention to people's hands. Finish the 96. Oh, yeah, it's time. Finish the 96. I love that case. Pico V1, I have all three. Always keep them on display. Very nice. That's awesome. You have it too, Adam. All right. While we're on the subject of Hasbro, we're going to talk a little more Hasbro, right? All right. So, a couple of days ago, hear a knock on the door. I open the door. I find this. Okay, I find this. It's a Walmart bag. Part of me kind of wondered, like, what's in it? Part of me hoped that it wasn't a toy, or more specifically a TVC figure. And part of me was expecting it to be something that it wasn't. But anyway, right here, Walmart bag. I bring it in the house. I open it up. Here's what I find. Arc Commander Colt. Okay, so I ordered 4 of them. Let me tell you why. I don't need 4 of them. I don't want 4 of them. I want 2. 1 to open, 1 to keep in the box. Unfortunately, all 4 of them, look at that bubble on the bottom. Look at that. Look at the card. All 4 of them damaged. All right, here's another one. This one right here, check it out. Okay, it looks not terrible, right? I mean, it's kind of bent, but the issue this one has is this. Look at that. It's like off the bubble halfway. It's off the bubble. Okay, that's the second one. I told you there's 4. This is the third one here. Okay. Look at that crush right there on the top. Look at that. Look at that. All right. And it's kind of dinged up on the bottom too. All right. That's the third one. This is the fourth one. Look at that. Crushed. It's like the orange crush. Look at that. So like I said, I only needed 2. Only needed 2, but I ordered 4 because I was afraid that this bag situation was going to happen. Okay. So I think to myself, well, if you order 4, and I don't want to order 8 of them or, something ridiculous, because I want other people to have a chance to get this stuff. But I'm like, okay, 4. All right. And then I'll take 2 back to the store, or I'll find people that missed out on the pre-order, and I'll let them have them at retail cost. So, I tried for 4, hoping that I would get the box with them in a box. I get the bag. And as you saw, it's literally just a bag. It's not even like a bubble bag. There's no bubbles. It's just a bag, right? Like, it's just a bag. So, who's shocked anymore? I mean, I kind of feel it's like kicking a dead horse, I mean, I've asked Hasbro about this at conventions. Other people have asked Hasbro about this at conventions during the Q&As, like, and it's just the same thing over and over. Yeah, we're talking to Walmart, you know, we're talking to Target, we're talking to Amazon. We're trying to figure out, you know, they want to do better. We want them to do better. You know, so it's a conversation that we're having. It's the same old every single year after year after year after year. It's the same thing. There's no solutions to this. I mean, there are solutions to this. They're just not employing the solutions. Nothing changes. I mean, and it's funny because this is completely fixable. This is completely fixable. You know, I know Hasbro always says that they're having that conversation with the retailers, but are they? It's not just me. I'm not the only one that got this. There's other people. If you go to Twitter, you go to Instagram, you start looking up Commander Colt, a lot of people had this. And, you know, I always make it a point to remind everybody that the people that are packing these are being paid bottom dollar. They're working in, you know, summer right now, right? These hot warehouses where it's uncomfortable. Nobody wants to be there. And they're getting paid, you know, bottom dollar. You know, I it's hard for me to blame those people who are packing these. It's not hard for me to blame there not being a process for collectibles to be shipped in a better manner. Go order a Funko Pop on Amazon. Go order or a Funko Pop on Target. It's going to come to you in like 3 boxes. It's going to come to you, the Funko Pop, inside a little case, a little, you know, brown box case that says Funko on it. That's going to come inside a bigger box with a lot of bubbles around it. And it's going to be well protected. You know, a $10 Funko Pop. But a $16 TVC Commander Colt, Arc Commander Colt. 4 of them. Shipping to you in a bag. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, so again, it's not just me. Other people are getting this too. There needs to be a better process in place. I will be bringing this up to Hasbro next week. I know they don't want to hear it. I know that this is an ongoing thing that, you know, we have to advocate for and push for. I don't see it getting any better, unfortunately. This has been going on for years. This isn't anything new. This is nothing new. So, but, you know, we still got to bring it up. We still got to bring it up. Fatmatic, I hope that yours arrives in better condition. The shipping situation is indeed shameful. Yeah, I'm not shocked about this, Peak Obi-Wan. Death Star droids coming to Ollie's. I don't have Ollie's here. I wish I did. With mint cards, but when you order them from Walmart.com, they're all beat up. You know, it's annoying. I wish I had an Ollie's here because I would hit them up. So one thing you can do if they have stickers on them, the stickers are awful. I hate stickers, but one thing you can try, and it doesn't always work, but you're more likely to have a better result if you try it. Get a blow dryer, just hit the top of where the sticker is for, you know, a minute or so until it gets warm. It should peel off more easily. Sometimes they still leave residue, but that's one way you can get around the stickers. Wow, 20 to 30 Luminaras and a $17 speeder bike. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about TVC. I want to tell you about, I want to talk about the latest exclusives. that are coming. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen once again so you guys can see this. All right, so this comes from Yak Face's Instagram. This is the SDCC exclusive, or rather PulseCon exclusive, that may be available at SDCC. We don't really know yet. The Force Unleashed 3-pack that has 2 Stormtroopers, sorry, and Galen Merrick, Starkiller himself, with a bunch of really cool looking accessories. He's got the Force Lightning, he's got the lightsabers, he's got these really cool Force effects, just as he has on the front of the box, just as he has at the front of or the front of the video game cover for the Force Unleashed. I love the Force Unleashed 1 and 2. I liked 1 better. I read the book too. The book was really good. I'm really happy to see they're representing the Force Unleashed with more product. This is a cool exclusive. I mean, if you have the Stormtroopers, you have the Stormtroopers. Galen's going to be released in an individual release anyway. So if you miss this out on this, all you're missing is all the extra stuff. It's a cool exclusive. Sometimes I know the exclusives are basically just letting you get things early. That's not what this is here. That's not what this is here. So yeah, this will be in the main line. This Starkiller will be in the main line right here. I don't know that you're going to get all the heads. I don't know that you're going to get all the hands, but you will at least get the lightsaber. And hopefully you'll get another one of the accessories that's in here. But this will be available as this exclusive set through PulseCon. All right, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, now the other one you've probably seen is the TVC exclusive for SDCC. As I understand it, you're going to have to get a code, just like they did for Jon Favreau's Paz Vizsla last year, just as they did the year before that. They're going to do the same thing here at SDCC. You're going to get the code, and then you're going to be able to order the code using the code, the QR code. This was a big mess last year because when they did this, I was at SDCC, and they were giving out the code at the convention. But what was happening is that people were sharing the code with people that weren't at the convention, which, I understand, wanting to help others out. But that made it very difficult to get the Jon Favreau figure. Eventually I did get it, but it was a lot of work. And even though I was there, I wasn't guaranteed getting it because people were sharing the code. I don't know that they're going to be doing that the same way with this. I hope that it's more of a direct process where you can order it. If you are at the show, you're guaranteed to be able to get in on an order immediately. And then later they have the general Hasbro Pulse order. I assume they will have that because they have the Hasbro Pulse order pretty much every year these days. But to get dibs on it sounds like you will need to have the code from SDCC. So Black Chrysanthemum. So this is sort of a deluxe of the deluxe, if you will. The head sculpt is unique on this version of Chrysanthemum. The mainline one doesn't have the open mouth. And you get extra accessories. You get some, I guess these would be like vibro blades. You get this blast effect here on this weapon. It's got some extra stuff that the regular deluxe figure will not have. Okay, it has some things in there that that the mainline release will not have. I think it looks pretty cool. Again, this is one of those that if you miss it, it'll still be in TVC. It'll still be a deluxe figure. But if you get it here at through Comic-Con, you will get it with all these other accessories with the unique open mouth head sculpt. So those are the options. Those are the options. So those are the exclusives for the convention exclusives. What is the price point? I have no idea. They may have said in the press release, but I didn't read it, so I don't know. If I had to guess, how much is the deluxe? $27.99. If I had to guess, I'd say $40. That'd be my guess. The Black Series release, gosh, that one's probably going to be like $75, maybe. Again, just guesses. I didn't read the press release, so if it's in there, my apologies. I'm just guessing. I am just guessing. All right, there you go. $39.99. I was off by 1 cent. And 110. Oh gosh, okay, I was way off on that one. Way off on that one. Wow, that's ridiculous. $110? My God. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Let's talk some toys. More. All right. I got some really cool stuff in this week. I'm gonna start off with the most killer thing that I got this week. This is one that I'd had on pre-order for like over a year. She came in this week. I put some photos on social of her. I'm gonna go ahead and pull those up because I put the figure in her case. I put the figure in the DTOF, and I don't want to take her out because she's already in there. But I'm going to show you. All right, check it out. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know what I'm going to be talking about here. All right, Fennec Shand. Fennec Shand. Hot Toys finally released their 12-inch 1/6 scale Fennec Shand, and mine came in. Mine came in early this week, and she is amazing. She is amazing. I have her inside the DTOF next to Boba and Boba's throne, and she looks amazing. They did an awesome job. So, you know, Hot Toys with the head sculpts, I mean, for like well over a decade now, they've been renowned for the head sculpts, but they still get better and better and better. Like, I mean, she looks awesome. She looks awesome. Like, I really, 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 really like her. I would venture to say that this is one of the best Hot Toys figures, not just because of the head sculpt, but because of the tailoring. The tailoring on this figure is top notch. Like, just all the little details and intricacies in her costume were completely there. Like, it's all completely there. Like, all the little details, like the sleeves, her vest, her belt, like all that just looks amazing. She's got the spotchka. She's got a rifle. You can actually put a little knife, a blade inside the rifle and then pull it out. She's got a pistol. She's got the helmet. She's got hands. You know, pretty versatile. Look at that hairstyle. Look at that hairstyle. They did a great job here. They did a great job here. But again, going back to this tailoring, look at the bottom of her skirt. It just looks, I love the black and the orange. It's a great color combo. It looks awesome. And again, she has such a detailed costume. You don't really realize it when you watch The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett, but when you have the figure, then you really like start to realize like, wow, like there's a lot of little details and patterns and stuff on her costume. It's very, very, very nicely done. And Hot Toys did a remarkable job translating it into figure form. Yeah, she's great. Mary, you got yours too. I'm happy to hear that. Isn't she great? Isn't she great? Jawas, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this figure. Very pleased. And Hot Toys got a lot of things in the pipeline. They got lots of things coming. So, but yeah, it's nice to have a character that's not a trooper, like an actual character with a head sculpt. Because I think the last one I got was Ahsoka. And that was in like April, May, something like that. Been a couple of months. So I'm really glad that, you know, we finally got that one. Finally got that one. One other thing. Well, I got other things here to tell you guys that I got here. So Fennec was probably the nicest thing. I already showed you the ARC Troopers from Walmart that were all messed up. I talked to you about the Black Series that I received. What's going on, JJ? How's it going? I talked to you guys about those things. So I got some other things. There were actually quite a bit of acquisitions. So I'm going to start with, I got a baggie back here. Don't pull it out. So as you may know, Target is running a bunch of clearances. They're getting ready for like their summer fall like reset that they always do like late July. So for Indiana Jones Adventure Series, they're clearancing a bunch of stuff out. And for like their DC stuff, and Marvel stuff, they're clearancing a bunch of stuff out. What I got, and these were actually between two locations. They're still in the bag here. I got these all on markdown for half off. I went ahead and picked up the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 3/4 inch figures. All right, here's Star-Lord. And you know, they're not TVC quality, but they're definitely pretty good. They're pretty articulated and they look pretty nice. Okay, there's Star-Lord right there. I got Nebula. No, not Nebula. Mantis. I don't know if they make a Nebula. I didn't see Nebula. Okay, I got Mantis. I got Drax. You know, Drax looks a little not great, but you know, again, they're not TVC quality. And I got Groot. Okay, I got Groot. The eyes on Groot look kind of weird. They're actually kind of cool though. Scary. It looks scary. So I got these. These were half off. Regular price, I think, on these is $12.99. So they're half off. If you can find them, not bad for $5, whatever they cost. $5.49, I think it was. All right, so I got those. But they also had this on markdown. They had Rocket with his spaceship. Okay, so this is how you get the Rocket figure. They do not sell him by himself. You got to get this little vehicle to get Rocket. And this was also half off. So it was like, I forget. I think regular price is $40, which is, I don't know, seems like a lot for this. But I got it for like $20, half off. Okay, so 3 3/4 inch scale. Vehicle looks pretty cool. I haven't opened any of this stuff yet. But you get your Rocket. You get your vehicle and some projectiles. And there's like an escape pod for Rocket right there, which is kind of cool. So, you know, if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. You may want to check out your Target if you haven't picked those up yet, because that's a pretty good deal, half off. Half off, you get all of those characters. You can get Rocket and his vehicle. So that is all good stuff if you're into that. All right, so go to Target if you want to get in on the sales, on the markdowns, and the clearances. Go check out Target because they've got a lot going on right now. What else? Let me show you guys. We'll start with this. Amazon has been having Prime Days this week, and I think it's 30% off. So I got several things on Prime Day. The first one is this pack. This was on my back burner of figures. So again, 4 inch. This time it's for DC. This is from the Flash. So you get Batman, you get the Flash, you get the younger Barry, you get Zod, and you get Supergirl, and then a bunch of accessories. So if you're collecting these, you can get the Batmobile. The Batmobile has Batman and it has the younger Barry. And then there's two versions of the Batwing. The Batwing, you can get it with Batman and with, I think, one of the Barrys. And then the other Batwing costs a little more. It's an Amazon exclusive. You can get it with I think it has the giant Kryptonian. It has one of the Barrys, and then it has Supergirl. But it's weird because if you want to collect them all, you kind of have to jump around to the different things. Like this set right here is an Amazon exclusive. It was 30% off. So I think it came out to like 27, something like that. Regular price was 40. This is the only way to get General Zod. If you want to get, these figures from the Flash in 4-inch, this is the only way to get General Zod, to get this 4-pack. Now, what's interesting, because I did open it up, does this look familiar? To you Star Wars TVC collectors, does this look familiar when you open it up? Modified action figures. Does that look familiar to you? So yeah, all of these figures are in there. And these figures, like the main line is kind of hard to find. Like when I go to Targets, they very seldom have the Flash figures, like just by themselves. I think they're $8.99. So if you want to get in on like getting a set like this, and you want to get a vehicle, that's probably the best way to go. The only figure that you cannot get in a set, you can skip every single basic standalone figure except for Dark Flash. That is the only one you have to buy the single carded figure of, because he is not available any other way. All of the other characters can be had through sets like this and through the vehicles. Okay, so you don't need to buy, if you're trying to collect them all, and you don't have to, but if you're like me, you're trying to collect them all. I love the Flash. The movie was awesome. Then you can just get the Dark Flash single carded figure and then get some of these other sets. And you can get all the characters, all the figures. So this is one of my Prime Day deals right there. It's an Amazon exclusive. Okay, I've talked about it before. I am not a McFarlane fan. I am not a fan of the guy. I am not a fan of the figures. I think their figures are pretty crappy. I think that their action figure standards in engineering and paint and likeness are like 10 years in the past. All right. I don't think they're very good figures at all. I don't think they do a good job with likenesses. I don't think they do a good job with engineering. I just don't think they do a very good job. I will say, for the price, $19.99 in many cases, they're consistent. But I'm not a fan of generally what they do. That said, again, Amazon Prime Day, right? They finally had Kara on Amazon Prime Day deal. All right, so I got Kara. And she looks okay. I don't think she looks great. But you know what? This is the only 7-inch scale Kara Zor-El figure from the Flash. So I had to get it for $16.99. Not bad. Not bad. I think $24.99 was retail. The back looks kind of cool. I like the artwork. I do like that a lot. Artwork looks really cool. So I definitely wanted to pick her up. And I don't know if I'm going to open her. I may just leave her in the box. I may just leave her in the box for now. I may leave her in the box. So I got that. The other Prime Day deal that I got, it's another Supergirl. I finally got the Barbie. I got it from Amazon. Prime Day was 30% off, right? And it's a more pricey one because it's like $55 or so, I think, something like that. So like with Prime Day, it was like 30 something. So so this is cool. It comes in a box. And then this box came inside a bigger box, which is kind of cool. It got the Funko Pop treatment. So I haven't actually looked at her yet. Let's look at her together. So this is kind of cool. So she's in like this like wrapping paper. By the way, I love your comment, Jurassic. He actually made a girl figure. Can you believe it? I know, I'm shocked. He actually made a girl figure. All right, so let's take this off here because I want to see this. I thought about just leaving her in the wrapping, leaving her in the box. No, I got to see her. I got to see her. Haven't bought a Barbie in a while. All right, there she is. I mean, it's a Barbie. Sorry for the reflection. So the likeness is okay. You know, I expect it to be a Barbie, right? It's going to be a little bit beautified and prettied up with makeup and all. But the body looks really nice. I mean, the sculpt is really nice. The head sculpt is nice. But the body looks really nice. Barbie signature, the Flash, Supergirl. This is cool. I like this. For 30% off, it's nice. I like the packaging. Great picture on the back. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This one I think I will leave in the box for sure because I don't think I need to open this one. Would be cool. It would be cool to open it, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, coincidentally, I got my Supergirl shirt. Yeah, this is neat. I like it. For the price, you know, getting it on a Prime Day deal, not so bad. Not so bad. I just hope we get to see more of her Supergirl because I thought she was amazing. So that's all my Flash stuff that came in this week. Again, I loved the movie. I don't care what people, you know, that didn't see it say. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great. Definitely the best DC movie since Wonder Woman. I would also say I'm really excited for the Hot Toys Supergirl, and you know, I know the head sculpt is what it is. I've already said my piece on social about this. But Hot Toys isn't going to leave the head sculpt as it is. They're going to improve it. They're going to make it nicer. It's going to get better. Okay, it's going to get better. It's going to look more decent when the final product comes. It will. Hot Toys isn't going to let that. You know, they had to announce it when they did because they had to capitalize on the momentum of the film, and there wasn't a lot of momentum, so they kind of had to announce it when they did. Prototype was what it was. So that's why it looks like the way it looks. But, you know, be nice. There's no need to use toys to be mean to anybody. And then the last Prime Day deal is this. And I didn't even know this existed until I saw it as a Prime Day deal. But this right here is from Mattel. This is the Disney 100 Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse set. They're about 6 inches tall each. They're bigger than I thought they were going to be. And as you can see, there's a bunch of interchangeable pieces. Like the heads are interchangeable, the gloves. Like they have like these whistling or kissing faces you can put on there. Unfortunately, the box is really jacked up. This is how it came. But you can see here like all the things that you can do with them. You can put them, they have display bases. You can put them in different poses. You know, it's nice. It's nice. And these aren't fancy figures by any means. They're really not. But as a Prime Day thing, you know, I'm a huge Disney fan. Obviously, I wanted them. And yeah, so I don't know when I'm going to get around to putting them on display or where I'm going to put them on display, but that's never stopped me before when it comes to buying figures. So yeah, I'm excited this is here. And I'm excited all this stuff is here. But yeah, Mickey and Minnie. It's not very often we get Mickey and Minnie figures that are, you know, at least a little bit articulated with interchangeable pieces. So as a big Disney fan, Mickey, Minnie Mouse, and all that, I had to have this, so I went ahead and got it too. So those are all my acquisitions for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with. Pretty much all this stuff was on, except for the Hot Toys, obviously. All this other stuff, and the Star Wars figures was on markdown, or was on Prime Day deal or something. So I didn't pay full price for the this other stuff. And yeah, I think it's worth it. Definitely worth it. So there's deals to be had. Just be vigilant if you're looking for deals. Go to Target, see what's on markdown. I don't know if Amazon Prime Days I don't think they're still going on. I'm not sure. But that's another way you can add to your collection is to take advantage of those Prime Day deals, because they did have some Star Wars stuff and stuff from other toy lines on sale for Prime Day sale. So yeah, so there was one last thing I wanted to talk about here. And I'm going to jump back over to Instagram once again. I'm going to pull up Collect Jurassic. And I'm going to show you a little something. All right, so Mattel announced that this is going to be their SDCC exclusive for this year, for the Mattel Jurassic World toy line. And this seems to be part of the Hammond collection, technically. Not that. This right here. So it's Steven Spielberg as an action figure, which is kind of cool. He's got his dinosaur shirt that he has in those pictures when you see him directing the movie. He's got his hat. He's got removable sunglasses. He's got his director's chair. He's got a camera. And he comes with what's supposed to look like an animatronic Dilophosaurus on a little display base that's supposed to recreate the little display base that they used when they were making the movie, that they would move the Dilophosaurus on. Okay, I'm going to show you some more pictures of this here. So the box looks like that. Okay, and again, this is part of the Hammond collection, and this is their convention exclusive. I would not count on this being released. It'll be on Mattel Creations. You will, if you want this and you're not going to Comic-Con, you will be able to get it on Mattel Creations at a later date. But this Steven Spielberg figure is not going to come out in the main line by itself, right? It's not going to come out. You're not going to go to Target and see Steven Spielberg on the shelf. Okay, you're going to have to buy this exclusive either at the show or on Mattel Creations' website. So yeah, I hope that anybody that wants this has access to it. It's a neat set. It is a neat set. This is a good exclusive. And, Dodgson, I see your comment here that this is an example of what a perfect SDCC exclusive should be. Figures that people care a little, like smaller characters or this. Definitely something like this is a con exclusive. Definitely something like this. Other things, if it's something people want, like John Hammond, which they did a few years back, then, it's easy because they can just put that into the main line at a later date, which they did. But this is more of a niche item. This is more of more something that speaks to like the hardcore Jurassic fan. And it is a good exclusive. And the Dilophosaurus, it's nothing new. If you have the Dilophosaurus, I don't know if this is a repaint or not, but it looks pretty similar to me. So you're not really missing anything out if you don't want Steven Spielberg. So it is a cool exclusive. Definitely a cool exclusive. And thank you for that, Mary. $30 on July 21st. It's not a bad price, honestly, for what you're getting there. Okay, not a bad price. All right, so that's about all I have for you guys. Unless you have any last questions, comments, concerns, leave them here. Leave them here in the comments. While you do that, I did want to show you something in case in case you are not aware of it, and this, I'm running a little behind with this, longer than I thought I was. So I now have the Victoria's Cantina trade outpost, and I intended to have some stuff on the Instagram account for this a couple weeks ago, and I didn't get around to doing that. So this is a brand new account that I have on Instagram. It's the VC Trading Depot. And this is where I will be offering things, because I'm trying to trim down the collection a little bit. I have a bunch of extra stuff where it's like duplicates, or it's stuff that I just need to let go of. I will be putting them on this Instagram account if you want to purchase them. All right. So be looking out for that. I will do my absolute best to have some things up there next week, but it's going to be Jurassic, Star Wars, just things I need to kind of thin down the collection, box stuff, loose stuff, all kinds of stuff. And you know, the prices will be whatever the prices are on eBay. Okay, so secondary market value for whatever that stuff is. You know, a lot of what I'm going to sell is below MSRP, because that's what secondary market is dictating. So definitely following the market for this. But if you're interested, follow the VC Trade Depot account on Instagram. And again, I will do my best to have stuff up there next week, beginning next week. All right. Well, my friends, it's been fun. Sorry again about the issues we had at the very beginning with stuff not working out with the audio. Thank you for your flexibility and for jumping onto the second stream. And essentially we restarted. So if you missed out on that first stream, or you know, you didn't really miss anything, because we just restarted and we treated it like a brand new stream, going back to the beginning and all that. So thank you for, if you were here for that, for jumping onto the second stream. I do see a question here from JJ. What are your thoughts on SDCC TVC Black Series reveals? Sorry if you already discussed this. We did. So once this finishes, it'll take a few minutes to post, and then you can jump back and see those. See the commentary on that. Yeah. All right, my friends. So enjoy your Friday evenings. Get some rest, relax, play with your toys, enjoy your collections. And again, we are off next week because it is San Diego Comic-Con's going on, and I will be there Friday and Saturday. Again, if you're there and you see me, come say hi. Come say hi. All right. I will also be at the Hasbro. They have like an influencer type breakfast thing on Thursday morning. They have not had this since before COVID, so I'm really excited that they're bringing this back. I will be there too. So if you know somebody, or if you happen to be there, again, come say hi. I will be there. And I will be sharing updates. I will be doing the Q&A with Hasbro. And I will be talking to Mattel and all these other companies. So if you have anything you want to know, you know, hit me up on social media, send me a DM with a question or whatever it is that you're wondering about, and we'll talk about it there, okay? I will have videos, and I'll follow up on social media as well with whatever I hear. All right. So again, we won't be live next Friday, but we will be at SDCC. And if I can manage like a live from an Instagram live, maybe I can do that. But I know from years past, there's so many people inside SDCC that it's really hard to get a good signal for stuff like that. So I may just need to record and do all that and then publish it later. But I'll definitely be posting things, photos. So make sure you're on Instagram, Twitter, and all that so that you can see. And thank you guys very much for tuning in. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. And let's look forward to hopefully some cool stuff coming out of Comic-Con next week. I'm excited to see the HasLab. Okay, we're going to finally see the HasLab. That's exciting. The Star Wars, the Vintage Collection HasLab. We're going to see it next week. Also, I think Sideshow Con is going on. Because Sideshow, I don't think is going to be at Comic-Con. But all the Hot Toys and stuff, all that's going to be next week. There will be announcements. So you don't even need to go anywhere. You can just do that from right at home. It'll be online. So thank you guys. Have a great night, no matter where you're tuning in from out in the galaxy. Be well, be safe, and the force be with you. We'll see you again very soon. Take care. Have a good night. Bye. Peace.